Hi. I just watched the last episode, and apparently this episode was a very plot-heavy episode with a lot of talking and barely any fighting. Actually zero fighting, except the fighting between Naviru and the other cat, who is standing here somewhere. Or not. Our quest today is to... I almost said retrieve. I meant to get some feathers from Gargoyles, and Gargoyles in this area, they are pretty shitty low-end monster. By the way, this is the fan club catcher watcher. He has some kind of flag on his back, otherwise he looks basically the same. I chose him because I'm probably not going to use him that much. In this area, I'm not going to use... right now we have three monster spots in our team. One being Garnet, which I'm going to switch out soon. Maybe not in this area, but probably in the next one. And then after Garnet we have Zamtrios, which is basically just a placeholder, and we need it for swimming. And the other one is Sketchawacha. So basically we need a thunder monster and an ice monster, and the other slot can be whatever. And yeah, so... Hey, my Camtasia just died, without any reason. Lucky for me, it was at the beginning of the episode. I restored something, so I won't actually repeat anything that I said, except for the monster part. The monster part is, just to make a small recap, is I'm going to use my Catchawacha a little bit in this area, a little bit more than the other monsters. One reason is that he is the weakest one, the other one is that I'm not going to use him for that long. I just need a new thunder monster, and he is a thunder monster, and if you want to know how to get the special Catchawacha, just yeah, watch the last episode. And yeah, aside from that, I'm going to get rid of my Garnet and my Zamtrios very early, let's say like this. Garnet maybe not in this area, probably in the next area or the one after that. And this means that I need a new ice monster. Zamtrios just here for swimming, and Catchawacha just here to fill the gap for the missing thunder monster, since I made my Wrathy into pure fire, which my Diablos also is, but having two fire monsters is not too bad because there are only 5 elements, and I can't get a good drag monster right now anyway, so I have 2 double spots for elements left in my team. So 2 fire and 2 ice, for example, are alright. So basically I have 3 monster roles to fill. Right now it's only 1 because I'm still using my Wrathian, and the other one is my Catcher, which I'm going to use in this area at least. So now that I've said pretty much everything I said last time, yeah, let's get us some Gargoyle feathers. Hooah! I hope my Camtasia won't die this time again, because it never happened to me before, but apparently now it just wanted to die. Paralysis Fang with your claw. Usually they are quick to run away, as you can see right now. So if you won't deal enough damage, they will flee. First they will always wait and see, and then they will flee. Hey, that rhymed. And by the way, currently, when I'm recording this, about some hours ago, maybe a couple of hours ago, the new Monster Hunter World trailer was released. So I'm fairly hyped. I was already hyped before this trailer dropped, but now even more, because the new monsters are tasty. Yoink. I think I'm going to cut all the Gargoyle fights out. I took care of the ones in this area. There will be probably more in the next area. Catchawacha sucks, by the way. He's not even able to get rid of a single Gargoyle himself. They have exactly 400 HP. I tested it because I used the Bear Bomb, and it chipped away. Yeah, you can actually say chipped away, because it didn't deal that much damage. It dealt half of the damage, and a bomb only dealing 200, or rather, let's say 50% of the HP is pretty shitty, considering that the target was actually a bird, a fluffy, dumb bird. And as we all know, those small cavities in the wall mean that there is a supportive feline. No Poogie here, alright. And nothing else except those 2 treasure chests, which are already looted. And in the next area, I think the Gargoyles respawned anyway, now here. But let's advance further. Well, they didn't. Can use the searcher. If you have, for example, I have a Raytheon in my team which has a nest searcher. And I think I also have one with monster search, and Catchwatcher has insect search. If you use this search ability, all of the search abilities you have in your team will add up. For example, now that I have a Raytheon and one other monster with monster search, if I press the search thingy, all of my monster search abilities will just combine into one, and it doesn't matter which one I use for the search ability, as long as I have the other ones in my team. So I don't have to switch to my Raytheon if I want to locate nests nearby. Alright, those small juggies, they use speed, and the juggias, the females, the larger ones, use power. And that's all there is to it. But since speed against speed is not very effective, I'm going to use Fierce Pounce, which is, whoops, technical attack. And thus, super effective. Bam! Still pretty shitty damage considering its level and the super effective nature of the attack against a pretty fragile thingy. Yeah. Experience is pretty bad. For such a small monster it's pretty good, and it was by itself, but after you're used to the experience monsters give you in the volcano, this is pretty underwhelming, but there will be more monsters, so don't worry. And here is the female version of the Jaggies, the Jaggia. Oh, 2 of them. And as I said before, they prefer power attacks. So, Paralysis Fang. And yeah, another speed. Alright. They, by themselves, they are not very, well, dangerous. They can harm you, if you, well, have a technical attacker and you're underleveled as hell. For example, level 30 or something, which is apparently not very uncommon, because I've seen quite a lot of people who are around this level in this area. So this is the reason why I would recommend to you leveling a little bit, because if shitty monsters like this can kick your ass pretty easy, I don't know what to tell you except level a little bit. So now I'm going to show you its special ability, kinship ability, Torrent Glide. And I just noticed that my Catcher-Watcher barely has more HP than my Hunter, which is pretty sad, because the Hunter usually has way less HP than the monster. And this is one of the attacks which I don't think is very good looking too, because underwhelming. But it doesn't have to be over the top, but considering the monster, for example, that it has a trunk, it has claws, it can glide, and the only thing that it basically used for its kinship attack is the gliding ability. And then it shot out electricity out of somewhere. I don't know. Between his, under his armpits were some thunder bolts flying from, and some other places which I don't really want to name. And as far as I know, this is also a different Bnahabra. Doesn't give unique items, but should be another monster in our Monsterpedia. So, new items. Yeah, Bnahabra Blue. Even though it's red, as pretty much every other Binahabra. Let's use a... wait. Powerhouse swipe. When did I learn this one? Okay... I think it's... Ah, okay, I know what kind of ability it is. Let's use Sweeping Strike, should be enough to get rid of the Binahabras. Well, one is down now. I think the wings are a little bit blue. Not the wing covers, but the wings itself. Nope, it wasn't enough. Don't fret, my children. It's dead now. I would never get out of my flat if there were real-life insects, or insects I mean, with the size of those Binahabras. I was just waiting how much it heals, because if it will heal as much as other abilities, for example the Aptonoths in the PvP arena for the tournament, DLC tournament for the hairstyles or something, there was an Aptonoth which could heal with Soothing Roar more than 300 or something, which was obscene because the Hunter's max HP. Whoops, I didn't pay attention what kind of attack it used. Yeah, what kind of attack does it use now, since it can't use power attacks now, because it can only use power attacks and Soothing Roar. Will it use Soothing Roar again? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's why I thought if it would heal as much HP as the Aptonoth and the one PvP arena thingy, then it would be a little bit troublesome, because my Catch-a-Watcha's damage is horrible. It would be a little bit hard to kill it off. I could have just switched to another monster, but a Catch-a-Watcha should be at least very easy, able to handle those enemies, those pesky rodents. Raging Charge, I wasn't paying attention. Are there even any more... Oh, there are any more Garguas. Yoink! I don't even know how much of those Gargoyle feathers I have to gather. Whoops. Hope it's only one, because the second one will definitely flee if I can get a ambush attack. Let's see, 2 or 1? Alright, 1, let's speed up. Do I have 22 kinship points now? Yeah, I do. And let's use... doesn't really matter. Power! And since my charm doesn't actually buff any of my attack or speed or power attack, so it doesn't really matter what kind of attack I use. By the way, I just watched my one of my story videos, which I did, for example, XXX versus XXX, and I was trying to figure out a pattern for a super boss, but apparently he doesn't have a pattern, so I was actually going to make a video about this, but yeah, since he doesn't have a pattern, apparently I have a note here. For example, it started off very good, power attack, speed, then power. I thought, it just repeats itself, and then it went after power attack, speed, then power again, and then I thought, okay, power attack, speed, power attack, speed, because this is what actually happened. But after the second speed, it went tech, speed, power, tech, speed, power, speed, power, tech. And it threw off my prediction fairly well. And yeah, so screw this then. So you basically have to have luck, but until we fight this enemy, it will be a long time. Very long time. I don't even know how long this let's play will be, but I'm having fun. I always wanted to upload a stories playthrough after the game launched, and this is what I'm doing right now. Before I'm going to brawl with those sleeping enemies, I'll try to get this item. Ooh, the climbing is very clunky. It's way better with AkantoreX. Let's see, what do we get here? A lot of shrooms, flashing jewel lore, which I don't even know whatever this is. Dragon toadstool, more shrooms. So if you basically need shrooms, just get your ass up here. How did I miss? Whoops. I just wanted to say, how did I even miss this caravan station, but... Wait, wasn't he asleep? Apparently not. Our first Catcher-Watcher antagonist. I don't think I even fought one in the arena. Well, Catcher-Watcher is weak against fire. He prefers technical attacks, he sometimes deviates from this pattern and uses speed attacks, and if you attack him with power... Well, I'm not sure. He counters. He counters something, I don't know if it's only power, but he counters your power attacks. With Power Seal, I think it's called, which the name implies, seals your power attacks. Meaning, you can only use attacks which are not effective against his patterns. So, except if he uses speed and you use technique, but... let's use Savage Thunder Breath, because this is what our catcher can do the best. Thunder and Paralysis. That's why I gave him Paralysis thing. Yeah, there we go. It doesn't deal damage, it's not that annoying, but it's meddling with your combo, and you can't win head-on fights with it. Because you can't, well, win fights against something which it uses, but you can't use the one which is better against its preferred attack type. So it's probably going to use technique, so I'm going to use technique as well, so that I won't lose against it in a head-on fight. And I didn't pay attention what my monster is going to use. Oh, speed attack, alright. It being angry basically means, nope, no paralysis attack. Do I have? No, I don't have. I just want to say, do I have Paralysis Chaser? But I don't have it, because Catcher-Watcher doesn't learn it, you can't transfer the gene. And yeah, let's use technical attack again. Use speed now, so... good for me, I guess. Poison! Yeah, there we go. Spitball is basically the same as Mud Throw. It has a chance to inflict Skill Seal. The thing is, Spitball is weaker than Mud Throw, but the chance to inflict Skill Seal is higher. I think Mud Throw is 25%, but is 1.15 multiplier, and Spitball is 1.05 multiplier, but 45% what is it? Skill Seal. But, yeah, the chances is... not the chance, I mean, the choice is up to you. What you use, if you really want to inflict Skill Seal, and you have something like Skill Seal right up on your monster anyway, I would recommend putting into on your monster rather the Spitball attack than the other one, Mud Throw or Mud Bath. No, Mud Bath was the one which changed your elemental resistances. Beware, prankster. Oh, it was even the quest. Alright. Fanged Beast Stim and Bottom Cap ×2. Actually, if I would use another... if I'd use another Fanged Beast Stim, I could make our Catcher-Watcher even better. Maybe power up his speed or technical attacks. But since I won't use it anyway, yeah, not that important. In 2 days, today's Thursday, in 2 days, no, today's Tuesday. In 2 days on Thursday, there will be a new DLC, which I am very hyped for. So, Jaggy, he is preferring speed like pretty much every drone. He and Buggy, which is also in the game, which is not really a spoiler, are all preferring the same speed and sometimes power. So our Catcher-Watcher is walking around and jumping around makes it a little bit hard, but I think he's facing this one. So yeah, let's also face this one with technical attack. Breaking Blow is his signature attack, meaning that you can transfer through genes, which is an attack which can lower your defense. It may be dangerous if he lowers your defense and you get wrecked by the other monsters. but it's nothing to really worry about if you abuse those speed pattern attacks and just kick its ass. As you can see, it's not very successful with inflicting defense down on me, which is nice for me, I guess, but they're not very strong anyway, since, as you can see, first one is already dead. They're pretty strong for, I'm just going to call all those bigger raptors drones. And the drones themselves are not very strong. All the stats are basically the same. 1 point in everything except in speed. In speed it's 4, so they're pretty swift. But aside from that, they're not very good in my opinion. You can make a gimmicky team where you can include every drone monster, every raptor, which would get you 5 party members, and the 6th one would be Retha, which would work out. Which you could do, which I want to do someday, but since Monster in the World will arrive on the 26th of January, this will probably take a long time until I actually make this dream come true. And it's probably just a fantasy and we'll never do it, which sounds likely. And there's the other Jaggy, sleeping somewhere around here. Did I miss one item to... no. Since this is a new area, I'm having to pay attention to the gathering spots even more than usual, because I really want the items, and in case I have a quest which requires me to gather stuff, I can take care of this right now. Savage Thunder Breath. Let's attack this one because his ass is pointing in my direction. And I don't like that. Well, because Great Jaggies are all male. Because they are just bigger Jaggies. Not in this game. In this game they just hatch out of the egg and are already fully developed. And yeah. And the Jaggies you ride are basically just teeny tiny versions of this one. At least I would say that, but they're basically almost the same size. Body size, not something else between their legs, for example. Talking about the penis. Jaggy penis. So they have around 1000 HP, maybe 1050 or something, because I dealt more than... yeah, I dealt... no, it's about 1000 I think. It's really hard to tell, maybe it's exactly half, or maybe a little bit more than half. A little bit hard to tell. I think about 1000, yeah, 1000. The German pronunciation of the word. And get wrecked, son! Yeah, electrified snot. I can imagine something being better on this planet. Maybe something else that's... pardon. Something else that's electrified except for snot. So, now that we've taken care of this, we can actually go back to the village, I think, because we should have enough gargoyle feathers. I don't even know how many we need, but the quest icon on my lower map indicates that we have to go back, and we're going to go this way later anyway, and I'm going to grind X here later, not right now, because we can access the interesting area at this point, I think. Let me check. Except if Naviru was bitching. No, you can't go this way. This would advance the plot, which is something we can't have right now. Yuck, yuck. Oh, I think I actually... I don't even know what person I impersonated. The Hyuk would actually indicate that this was Goofy, but the accent is, well, you know, doesn't ring a bell. But what else doesn't ring a bell is Pink Ludroth, because he lives on the ocean and there's no bell in the vicinity. Roy Ludroth, Purple Ludroth, my bad. Basically the same as regular Ludroth, prefers power attacks, I'm pretty sure is highly venomous, poisonous as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think he can inflict Nox poison with his regular abilities. He has one attack. I know that it inflicts poison, Nox poison, but I don't know if it has it, because those kind of attacks I've never seen in the wildlife. It's basically an all-out desperation attack, which leaves him at 1 HP, and if a monster would use this kind of attack, it would make life way easier for you, because the attack doesn't have that big of a multiplier, meaning that if its usual attacks won't deal that much damage to you, the other special attack with the higher multiplier won't do that much more as well. For example, the second strongest attack has a multiplier of I think it's 1.7, and the very strongest attack in this game. Oops, poison directed. Kind of ironic, since it's all about poison. Its sponge is soaked with poison. So, yeah. And the strongest attack has a multiplier of... Hold your panties. It's 6.5. So it's basically 4.8... let's say if your regular attack deals 100 damage, and the strongest multiplier attack, I'm going back because the episode is almost over and I haven't even delivered the Gargoyle feathers. Let's say your regular attack deals 100 damage. The strongest multiplier is 170%, so not 170% more, but 170 of your regular physical attack, so basically 170. And now compare 170 damage to 650 damage. Yeah, this is quite a lot. It's almost 4 times as much. So basically, yeah, 1.7 isn't that much compared to the strongest attack in the game. And guess what? You can't get the strongest attack in the game because you can't get the monster. Yeah. But I don't really want to spoil too much. I'm just going to act like I don't know what's going to happen in the story, and I'm going to act like no one except me has ever played this game. So that's why I'm going to explain everything while having a seizure. No, I wanted to jump. Jump, you fuck. The animation is in this game, so I want to see it. Oh, you can fish? Oh, you can fish. Never seen it. Sorry, didn't clear your quest yet. Hey, Pansy! Oh, she actually is called Pansy. I legit forgot. Yeah, you can actually end our lives with well, I just wanted to say with a flick of your wrist, but I don't even know what kind of movement or I don't know if you can trigger it with thoughts, or maybe you can actually trigger your electrical abilities with a tingle in your back with like someone in a certain anime. And yeah, now that you brought us feathers, everything is alright now, even though you killed my whole family. The sand must be really hot because there's 2 felines in the back. Yeah, they look like the sand is really hot. And all the cats are hunchbacks, except the 2 ones with a scarf. Wait. Bommel, whatever. One of those cats is probably the one the quiz was talking about. Now it dawned on me. Bommel. Hey! Where are you? It's so cute, look at those ears! So now we're going to finish it up today, because, yeah, well, the episode is over. And I'm 3 minutes longer than I'm usually. See ya. Or even longer, because I may or may not put the beginning of the episode into this episode, because Camtasia died, which I said before. See ya.